For what we have done, now we have three fact tables because this is a fact table. So I'm going to name it as dates ID, and we know that this is a unique because we remove duplicates. So this dates ID, resource ID and activities fact table, these three are our fact tables which have unique values, and these two are distributed. So next thing, now we need to make reference to other queries. These are the steps you need to follow because we are going to make a system where we will be comparing planned versus earned versus actual. So we need to develop something. For that, what I am going to do is simply into this activities distributed, because we know that here we have actual cost, actual labor, earned value cost, all these values. As far as they are like in this shape together, so we cannot compare them side by side because they are in one tab. So either I can select this or I can select multiple together, but I want planned and earned or actual and earned side by side. So we need to separate the data from there. So I need to separate actual cost related data out, earned value related data out, planned value data out, so that I can compare them later. So we could do the same step in DAX as well, but it will be complicated and it will be time taking. So here in Power Query we can do very easily. So how to do it? We need to simply give the reference to it. For example, I will give reference here. So the moment I referenced here, so that means if in next time whatever the data changes here, so it will reflect here automatically. So I'm not worried about anything here at any point. So what I'm going to do, I am just telling the P6 that Power Query that just bring actual cost for me, nothing else. So once I filtered here, all the other 5 fields are now not like active, they are deactive, only actual cost is coming. So I know that here I have only actual cost related data. So what I can do, I can simply name here actual cost. We know that it is actual cost DIS distributed. So ACDIS is telling me now it is an actual cost. It could be weekly, it could be monthly. Okay, so the same thing we can do for others as well. Reference 1, okay, here I'm going to make a filter for actual labor. So what I will do, actual labor distribution, earned value cost distribution, earned value labor distribution, planned value cost distribution. Why I'm writing distribution? Because I know that each planned value is distributed against the date, so it is a distributed data. We need to make sure that, and there is one more use for that we will see in DAX. Planned value labor distribution. So now this C and this L is telling me that this is cost, this is labor. So we need to understand that once we are using DAX codes, we will be using them oftenly. Okay, so we need to see here what else do we need. This is resource assignment distribution. So we know that we have two type of earned value, labor and the cost. So if we want to monitor the non-labor resources of our project, or if we want to monitor the quantities of our project, so how we can do? So we need to understand where we have put or assigned the quantities. In my case, the quantities are assigned to material resource, so I will do the same. What I'm going to do, I'm going to reference this because I want to separate the material related data. So I'm going to make it material quantity. You can name it any, because in my case it is material and quantity. So, or I can simply write material units to make it simple and distributed. Okay, so material units distributed. Distributed is telling me that it is distributed on time. How I know that? Because I am bringing from distribution this field, so it is a distributed data. And material means material. It can be cost for you, it can be anything for you, but in my case it is quantity. So let's separate that. So what I'm going to do in this part, I'm going to say that bring only the material for me. So now the material data is here, everything remaining is same we can do for non-labor. So let's bring here the non-labor reference. For non-labor we can write NL, non-labor units distribution. So we can say that bring only non-labor. Okay, so there is one more thing. If you may have assigned cost to non-labor plus other resources to non-labor as well, so you need to separate the cost. You know what unit you have cost. Maybe we will see that. For example, if I go in here, I need non-labor. So let's see if there is cost also assigned to it. Maybe. So if you have assigned cost to the non-labor plus all other resources, equipment and any data, so you need to make sure the cost is removed from here. For example, this, if I see here BOQ, this BOQ for me is a cost, so I will just uncheck that. So now my cost is not coming here. So this can be a case for you that you have assigned material to material resource, also the cost to material resource. So you need to make sure whatever the resource name or resource ID is having the cost, you need to uncheck that so that the cost will not come. Why? Because cost is coming in this area, earned value cost and actual cost and planned cost. So all the cost is already there, we don't need to worry about. Why we brought this? Now I am telling you, because I told you that there is no reason to bring, but I am bringing for some reasons. I will tell you in Power Query. Resource assignment we are bringing only for the reason that we cannot have material units in Primavera, because Primavera doesn't allow us to have material units in this area. And we know that what is this area? This is activities area, and we know that we do not have earned value related data other than activities. So if in activities we do not have material unit, so we cannot have material related earned value. If I go in units, you see actual labor, actual non-labor, you see budgeted labor, budgeted non-labor. There is no material unit, and the reason is that P6 assume that material means anything which is a quantity, and quantity has different units. For example, if I go in here, see quantity can be linear meter, it can be number, it can be cubic meter, it can be meter square. So you cannot add up meter square and meter cube. So that's the reason that P6 doesn't have any option here to add up the material units. Okay, so this is one of the case. So that's why we brought resource assignment, because in resource assignment we can have data arranged in a way that we can separate the resource type. For example, if I go in here and type separate the data based on resource type, which is here, so now you will see material resources will be separated labor type, material type. So in material we can have earthwork and first coat of paint, anything, and units can be distributed. So here we have budgeted unit, you see budgeted unit of material resource appearing. So that's why we brought resource assignment field, and this resource assignment field is reflecting in Power Query from this resource assignment distribution. So in this we have material unit, we can have material unit, but what type of material unit? Budgeted unit and actual unit at completion and remaining unit, and non-labor also. So non-labor distributed unit we also have here. If you want to check how many bobcat, excavator, shovels are there, so we can check from here as well. So make sure, because either of them, either material or either non-labor, you will assign a total cost, so you need to remove that resource. So in my case it is the one. And also there is one thing more, in P6 we can have earned value to at the level of cost or at the level of labors, we can do that, but we cannot do earned value at a level of resource ID. We know that for resource ID, I mean we cannot have earned value like plant value, earned value, actual cost based on the resource name. For example, carpenter, painter, steel fixer, mason, we cannot have earned value for them. Why? Because for them we have available data in the form of budgeted units. See, budgeted units, actual unit, remaining unit. So we know that now budgeted units are never used in earned value management. So because performance means the standard should be locked, which is the baseline unit. So if this painter, carpenter and this mason do not have baseline unit, so that means their earned value management cannot be done. We cannot say that the CPI of the labor is this, CPI of the carpenter is this. what we can say the CPI of man hours is this. Man hours means it includes everything, and we can have this data in here, which is activities usage profile. But here we can have only man hours, means we cannot have separate resource ID. If you see here, we can have unit for labor, okay, labor hours, but we do not know how much is for the labor, means how much is for cost